just keeps giving and giving and giving. The Bible just keeps giving and giving and giving. This was my original sermon, which I've already done on this side. Then we have this new one. Now we have this one on top of it. I have one more still at home. So the Bible just keeps giving and giving and giving. Now you need to ask yourself the question though. Why is the Bible giving? Why are things coming so rapidly? Why are we being put into order, into check, leadership programs? Why are movies like 2012 coming out? Why is Jack Van Impe talking about? Why is the Nostradamus talking about? Why is the apostle only allowed to say part of the word? There's a whole lot more word to it, but God's keeping the secret because it's not time. You heard the word he just said, I have released my son this day. So why are all those things happening? Well, they're all warnings. Every one of them are warnings. They're warnings for you and they're warnings for me. It isn't no more about the church. Now it's about you, your individual walk with Jesus Christ and being in order. 3 weeks ago I asked the question, if Jesus were to come back today, will you be raptured up? I know people said yes. I know people said no. I know other people said I don't know, and I know some people were scared. Well, that's all good stuff, because you need to be aware of what's going to happen. This little soft little bedroom pillow suite that we sleep in called Christianity isn't like that. The Bible never told us it was like it. Nowhere the Bible doesn't say it's sweet and beautiful. It says endure long suffering. Never does it say the road is easy. It says it's narrow. Alright? God says, I know you're not perfect, which means you're a sinner. Okay? So God already told us it's not going to be easy. But for some crazy reason, the Christian church has decided to say, grace, mercy, love, and peace. But unfortunately, that's not biblical. There are aspects of it that are. But your walk is not a graceful walk or a peaceful walk or a loving walk. You are to endure long suffering. Pick up your cross daily. Jesus tells us that. Okay, then what happens is you have really popular ministers out there, and they will tell you, oh, don't worry about it. As long as you have grace and mercy for everybody, you're going to have a nice, smooth road to heaven. Well, no, you're not. There's a whole lot of work that you've got to get done on behalf of God, and you got to get yourself into order. Whether you like it or not, that's the truth. That's biblical. Anything outside of what I just said is non-biblical. It's a made-up word by man, or doctrines, or religiosity. It's a bunch of hogwash. Because the Bible is the infinite word. If it ain't there, it's not real. It's as simple as that. Now, there are churches that will have problems with that. Maybe some of you here may have problems with that. But reality is reality. We have a Bible. It's ever giving. It continues to grow. It doesn't stop. And it will continue to grow. It will not stop. So you need to prepare yourself for changes along the way back to the truth that we've gotten so far from. Excuse me. So, you know, this sermon just keeps giving. Really does keep giving. And today, I'm actually going to start in a place you usually don't go to, but today I will be going there. And that's the book of Joel. For those of you not familiar with the Bible, it's in the Old Testament. Okay? We're going to go to Joel first.
Joel or Joel?
Joel. J-O-E-L. Joel. It's kind of middle to the end.
Joel. Where is Joel?
After
After what?
Ezekiel, Daniel, Joseph, and then
Joel. Now the reason why I'm going back into the Old Testament for today's purposes, and we are going to go forward into the New Testament as well, but the reason why I'm going back into the Old Testament is because God tells us way back in the day, before Jesus ever came, that hey, He has a plan. He also tells us that you must prepare yourself for His day, the day of the Lord. Okay? Now, God tells us that before His Son physically came here. So it was so important that he tells us then, because it prepared the way for Jesus to come back to fulfill the prophecy that we are about to enter into again. And that is the recoming of Jesus Christ again. The recoming. As he is coming back again soon. I don't know when. I don't know how. I don't know where. But I do know it is soon. Alright? And we'll go through that in a minute to validate how I come to the conclusion of soon. Because God also gave us a lot of signs to look for before the birthing pains happen. Alright? And we're going to go through that. But let's go to Joel. If everybody got your Bibles, you there? Okay, good. Now, I'm just going to read it here. The first part is it talks about a mighty army to invade Judah. Okay? So we're at Joel chapter number 2. We're starting at verse number 1. Okay? Blow the trumpet, Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let the inhabitants of all the land tremble, for the day of the Lord is coming, for it is at hand. Let's stop right there. God says, let the land tremble because Jesus is coming. We know Jesus is coming again, so he's telling you better be trembling. Okay? Now, I'm not saying this to get you full of fear. I'm getting you to wake up. I'm going to shake you up here this morning. Because God says, I've sent my son, and the mountains are going to tremble, and you better tremble with it. Because you don't want to be caught in a situation where you are unjust for the rapture, where you are left behind to endure the rest of it. You got that? So he's telling us this in the Old Testament. Let's just continue on forward here. A day of dark and gloominess, a day of cloud and thick darkness is at hand. He's already telling us right there that it's not going to be pretty. Forget the beautiful stuff. It's just not going to be pretty. Christ is coming back, and he's coming back with revenge. He's coming back to rule with a iron hand, a two-edged sword. All right? Now, just a little bit of history about the sword. Why is it mentioned in the Bible so much? There were 3 ways that you were killed in the Jewish culture. Okay? The first way is you were stoned. The second way is you were hung. The third way, which was the most disgraceful way, is you were beheaded. Just to let you know. It's part of the Jewish culture. Alright? Jesus is coming back with a two-edged sword. If he don't get you that way, he's going to get you that way. Either which way, you're gonzo. Alright? It's not going to be a pretty day, whether you like it or not. And we'll continue on. People come down great and strong, the like of whom never been seen. Nor will there ever be any such after them. For even many succession generations, a fire devours them before them. Now, God says when he comes back this time, he is coming back with a fire. He's not going to drown you. He's going to burn it. He's going to burn this planet we call Earth. It won't be like we see it now. All the trees by that time, 1/3 will be gone. 1/3 of the fish will be gone. 1/3 of the people will be gone. That's all that's going to happen. And then what else does he do? Send down a fire and scour the land. He's going to burn it. That's what he says. He's going to burn it up. So all you're going to be left with is a treeless, grassless, waterless rock. And then that's when God's glory happens. His majestic recreation.